Twitch.tv, the streaming service, which is not like your average consumable form of entertainment streamable on things like Netflix. Instead, it is something a little more cultured. I watch TV shows and play games on the internet for thousands of people every day, and... Alright, let's try a parry.
These foolish ambitions to rest.
You get paid for this? And that's the thing, money has been a big topic with Twitch over the last couple of days, specifically beginning with the gambling prohibition, removing all forms of dice and slot machine sponsorships for a lot of the big streamers. And now yesterday morning, Twitch drops a major bombshell to their top 1% of streamers with an email telling them that they're essentially going to be taking a huge pay cut. As you know, playing video games and watching TV shows is incredibly laborious work, of course, but it isn't free. And people get paid for this. Some of us are lucky and privileged enough, admittedly, to, I guess, warrant your $5 subscription per month. Subscription is something that you can give to a Twitch streamer in order to support them financially to do what they do because you enjoy watching them do what they do, whether that is reacting, playing games, or providing some sort of actual educational important service. But Twitch, being the business that it is, will take a cut, a percentage from that subscription that you earn as a streamer per month because, well, I mean, they are offering you a platform to be able to perform and express yourself and therefore attain to the millions and millions of people as an opportunity for a consumer base. The cut, however, is 50%. Yeah, that is half of any money that a streamer makes is going into the pockets of Twitch and therefore the multi-trillion-dollar company Amazon. Admittedly, there are some who are privileged and lucky enough to be on what is known as a 70-30 split. Rather than splitting 50% of the ad revenue with Twitch, they only split 30%, meaning that they take most of the takeaway from a subscription. This 70-30 split, by the way, has been the standard on YouTube and I believe other streaming services for a while now. This is to give you some context as to what the competition is. Now, what Twitch have gone and done for this top 1% group, roughly, I suppose, 500-ish individuals, is that 70-30 cap, that is what is known as a premium subscription or contract, is now actually capped at a $100,000 earning per annum. We will continue to offer you 70% of subscription revenue share for all subscription tiers up to a maximum sub revenue of $100,000 USD annually. For subscription revenue in excess of $100,000 USD, your sub revenue share rate will default to the standard partner rate of 50% for tier 1, 60% for tier 2, 70% for tier 3 for the remainder of the 12-month period. Well, I'm sure at this point you must be thinking to yourself, boo-hoo, cry me a goddamn river. You earn over $100,000 US annually and you have the audacity to complain? Let's have a practical example and talk about Bill. Bill is a 1%er top tier streamer who averages 3,000 subs per month. 3,000 subscribers per month multiplied by 12 is 36,000 annual subscriptions, which on a 70-30 split, assuming every single one of those subs came from the US or EU region, would be earning $126,000 income, purely raw from subscription, not including any other forms of diversified income. Now, with the new rules, assuming nothing changes and Bill remains completely exactly consistent as he does in the following year, will now be, instead of earning 126 grand, will be earning 118,751k. This is about a 6% drop in pay. A 6% drop for someone earning over 100k purely off of the raw subs alone, not including YouTube revenue, merch, bits, sponsorships, and whatever other forms of diversified income Bill has on the go and on the side, doesn't really sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things. If we do this same calculation for Allison, who is a 5,000 sub per average month Andy, she would be earning $210,000 annually, which would drop to $178,000 annually with the new structure, a 15% cut in pay. Imagine your employer sends you an email saying that you are going to take a 15% cut in pay. And this is with the context of Twitch being a company that earned $2.6 billion in revenue in 2021, a 41% increase year-on-year growth. So the company that Allison and Bill are, let's be honest, are carrying, because no one's gonna go on Twitch if it wasn't for the people that they watch, Twitch is gonna turn around and say, we are gonna cut your pay by 6 and 15% respectively, despite the fact that we've had a 41% increase in growth. I understand that this sounds like a rich people problem and a 1%er problem, but I think everyone can agree that regardless of the industry and what job you are and any sort of pay bracket you're on, being told that you're taking a 6 or 15% cut in your pay while the company itself is growing substantially probably doesn't feel good, regardless of what your earning bracket is. Remember, we're in this together, except for success and profit. We're not in this together for that. Biggest takeaway that I want to emphasize here is the statement by Twitch on user voice. For the primary request of increasing the revenue share split to 70-30, the standard revenue share for subscriptions is 50-50. We do not have plans to change the standard revenue share. We understand that this is disappointing for many of you. What this means is that Twitch is not willing to catch up to their industry rival, YouTube, and create a 70-30 split as a complete standard for any and all streamers, not just top 1%ers who have access to a premium subscription. A lot of people naturally took a massive issue with this, as this means there is no chance for a new streamer to ever have such a privileged amount of cut for their subscription and hard work. Amazed that this blog post announcing creator pay cuts also included mention the site's owner, Amazon, a literal trillion-dollar company. Servers that can't even support streams over 8,000 bitrate. YouTube offering a 70-30 revenue split and over quadruple that bitrate. The crux of this argument seems to be centered around on the costs, which, if you were wondering, they did mention how actually really expensive it is to run a live stream service globally. This is from the letter published by Dan Clancy, president of Twitch, stating, using the published rates from Amazon Web Services interactive video service IVS, which is essentially Twitch video, live video costs for a 100 concurrent user streamer who streams 200 hours a month are more than $1,000 per month. We don't typically talk about this because frankly you shouldn't have to think about it. We'd rather you focus doing on what you do best. But to fully answer the question of why not 70-30, ignoring the high cost of delivering the Twitch service would have meant giving you an incomplete answer. For some more context, Redditor CrunchSmash did the math on how much XQC, for example, costs Twitch. When compounding all of the CCU price points with average streaming hours, the amount of subs XQC actually has and makes for Twitch, using the 50-50 split calculation, XQC is costing Twitch at least $250,000 per month. That is a minus $800,000 per month just for him streaming. And now this is only using the absolute minimum takeaway here. XQC without a doubt is probably on a much more prestigious contract than a 50-50 split, bringing this number to probably easily over $1 million. And of course, this obviously doesn't factor in really important things that would reduce this number drastically, like bits, and the big one, ad revenue. But it's still interesting to think about the perspective of how much it actually costs to host such a large streamer. On the other side, however, this doesn't really factor in the big question I had when I first read this. The live video cost for a 100 viewer Andy streaming 200 hours a month is $1,000 for Twitch using Amazon Web Services, the interactive video service provided by the company that owns Twitch. But that's the thing. Amazon owns Twitch. Brian Wyatt, or rather Fwiz, someone with a long-standing history on Twitch and now running YouTube Gaming, weighed in on this whole ordeal and noted creators should be getting a disproportionate amount. This is not up for debate. 70-30 for every single dollar for all creators should be the expected norm. Sam Chen, formerly part of Twitch, notes the economics of the subsplit by stating, big streamers are a loss leader. Every time someone who averages 5K, probably lower, goes live, Twitch loses money. Their paid subs will never be enough. I think what's very obvious here, however, is that I don't think Amazon would be running Twitch for 8 years now at a substantial loss. Yes, it probably is extremely expensive to run a service like Twitch, but I don't think one of the most powerful companies in the world would be doing so at a substantial loss if there wasn't some way to profit from it, either financially or other means. Twitch's answer to all of this is basically run more ads. We recently introduced the ads incentive program, which increased the revenue share for ads up to 55% net ad revenue, which is a material change for most streamers. Again, I think Fwiz sums this up perfectly when he says, the best way for Twitch to grow monetization would not be short-sighted and to take advantage of their live dominance by adjusting revenue share, but rather leverage that dominance to grow non-live gaming viewership on the platform to help scale their ads business out. Twitch has been host to American Congress people, it has hosted political debates, broadcasted the most profitable, biggest esports events, and continues to shape a generation through its memes and culture.
6 stars hold, 10 computers,
Now that is a level of power and influence you simply cannot put a price on. And I think Twitch would do well to remember who is carrying this website, and it's the streamers. The real key workers and true martyrs of this whole ordeal, I know. But what do you think? Do you believe that this is just a 1%er cry about it moment? Or do you think this drawing in the line in the sand for potential future streamers is a really easy way to push them away to YouTube and other potential streaming services? Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Farfa. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, adios.